Muhammad used to teach his classes here. And he used to meet people in this building from all over the world. International headquarters, famous people. So this is a monument, and we thank King Muhammad II for the great leadership in this structure. With that, I'd like to bring forth Brother Akbar, and he will run the program at this point. And with that, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. For those who are here from Chicago, welcome out to the first Sunday. And those who are from out of town, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to the first Sunday here at the Mosque First Sunday program. I have been blessed by the Mosque allowing me to teach my classes. I teach business classes here every first Sunday. Thank Allah. And this is a series. In the classes. I started teaching using books by several authors on financial literacy. And now we've progressed, and the intent of these classes is to help the believers with their financial situations, and particularly those who are in business, because now I've begun a series of business classes starting and growing a successful business. And we begin with what you have to have to grow a successful business, and that is a proper structure, a proper business structure. Okay, so up to this point, let me just give a brief review, and then we'll move on with the class today. Starting with being a proprietorship and explaining what a proprietorship is. Then one class dealt with a partnership and what a partnership is. For those classes, the Mosque has created DVDs, and I have those DVDs for sale at my table in front for those who would like to get a DVD of those classes. And also I did a class on using technology, embracing and using technology in your personal and your business life. And I have a DVD on that particular class. So let's begin. Selecting business structure in today's program. Today's class is going to be this with corporations. And this is the third business structure and probably one of the most used business structures is a corporation. But if not most used, it is most used by many people. And many people don't know the advantages of using a corporation and how easy it is to set up one. And that's one of the reasons why I'm teaching this class. Right? So, this class is on corporations. There are really three types of corporations in the business world. Three types of corporations. The C corporation. A C corporation is usually a large corporation that you hear about McDonald's, Burger King, McDonnell Douglas, now Facebook. All of those are what you call C corporations, very large corporations. Then there's an S corporation, an S corporation. Now, someone asks me, okay, what's the difference? We're going to get on as we go into the class now to show you the difference in what the benefit is of one maybe corporation over another. Okay, but the other one is the S corporation, and then there's the limited liability corporation or the limited liability company. It's usually called an LLC. All right, now, corporations. A corporation, let me just tell you, this is a simple definition of corporation. An organization formed with state governmental approval to act as an artificial person to carry on business which can sue and be sued. Let me say that again, and that's technical language. Let me just say it out in normal language. It's just a person. And it's just some paper. All right? You file articles of incorporation, you file them with your state, and that becomes an entity, a business entity. It functions just like you can function. It can, like you say, it can sue, it can be sued. Right? So that's all a corporation is. Now, one of the benefits of a corporation, this is really important. One of the benefits is that a corporation's liability for damages or debts is limited to the assets, so the shareholders and officers are protected from personal claims unless they commit fraud. What that means is, if you set up a corporation, and if that corporation is sued, the only liability you have is what interest you have in the corporation. They can't come after your personal assets. They can't come after your house. They can't come after your car. They can't come after anything else of a personal nature. The only thing you're risking is what's in the corporation. And that's why they set up, that's one of the reasons why they set up the corporation. Right? Unless you commit fraud. Now, if you commit fraud, they can come after anything you have. Right? But if you don't commit fraud, your liability is limited. That's one of the most important aspects of the corporation. The other one is to have tax advantages. There are tax advantages for setting up a corporation and have that as your business structure as opposed to a partnership and a sole proprietorship. With a sole proprietorship, you know, you're the only person that's running that business, responsible for the business, and you incur all the debts. And if you're sued, you have to respond to all the suits as a sole proprietor. As a partnership, you and your partners, whoever your partners are liable for those. So that's one of the two protections for a corporation: liability and the tax advantages. Right. Now, to incorporate a business, it's not hard. You would need to write up your articles of incorporation, set up your bylaws, file the various documents with the state to obtain your employee identification number, and you get that from the IRS. And once approved, or once approval is obtained, you can submit these documents to a bank to set up your business bank account. So, articles of incorporation, you can incorporate and there are ways to help you traverse this ability to set up your corporation. You can get assistance with it. You don't have to have no audit of your own. You can get an attorney if you think you might need one, but you don't have to have an attorney to incorporate. You don't have to have an attorney to incorporate. Right? File the appropriate paperwork with your state. You must register with your state. And each state has different laws, and you usually should contact the Secretary of State in the state that you are going to operate out of to find out what you need to do and what forms you need to file to set up your corporation in that state. Right? And then once you do that, you open up a bank account in the name of the corporation. Right? Now, once the corporation is formed, the corporation can have its own bank account and establish lines of credit, irrespective of the individual accounts or credit of the shareholders. As I said now, a corporation is just like a person. So a corporation can incur debt, can borrow, can take out loans, establish business in its own name, irrespective of those people who own shares in the corporation or any of the owners of the corporation. It's a private, separate entity. And as such, this is important about funds. Funds, you don't want to what they call commingle funds. Personal funds, corporate funds must be kept separate. Must be kept separate. Corporation has its own book of accounts, it has its own bank accounts, whatever has its own accounting. All right, always keep that separate from your personal business, and then don't use corporate money to pay personal expenses. And I'm going to tell you why a little bit. You don't want to commingle so that you retain what they call that veil of protection as a corporation. If you commingle those funds, or if you use corporate money to pay personal expenses, and it's found out, and if you get sued, then you have pierced your corporate veil, and then they'll treat your corporation just like your personal, and they can sue you personally, and you lose the protection of the corporation. So always keep those separate. All right? As I say, you can incorporate a business yourself.